The eternal flame. Elias was a wanderer, a man who had traveled the corners of the world in search of something he couldn't quite name. Since he was young, he had asked everyone he met the same question: what is the true meaning of life? But no one had ever given him a satisfying answer. He had visited sages and mystics, scholars and kings, each offering their own interpretation. Happiness is the meaning, some had said. It is in serving others, others claimed. It lies in the pursuit of knowledge, some had argued. But none of their answers resonated. He felt as though they were pointing to pieces of a grand puzzle he could never complete. So, after years of searching, Elias found himself alone in a vast desert, his soul weary and his feet heavy. The heat of the sun had scorched his skin, and the endless sand dunes stretched out before him like an impassable sea. He had no map, no destination, only a deep, gnawing desire to know the truth. But now, even that desire felt empty. His quest had become a burden, and he wondered if the truth was something unattainable, something better left unasked. As night began to fall, Elias collapsed on the sand, utterly exhausted. He closed his eyes, ready to surrender, but then something unusual caught his attention. A soft glow flickered in the distance, faint but undeniable, like a star fallen to earth. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, but the light remained, swaying gently in the wind. Drawn to it, Elias pushed himself to his feet and staggered toward the glow. As he drew closer, he realized it was a flame, a tiny, flickering fire burning in the middle of the desert. There was no wood, no kindling, just the flame suspended in midair, casting a warm light around it. Elias approached it cautiously. "Who lit you?" he asked aloud, as if expecting an answer. To his amazement, the flame spoke. "I have always been here, waiting for you." Elias fell back a step, his heart racing. "Waiting for me?" he whispered, not sure if he was dreaming. "Who are you?" "I am the flame that burns within all things," it replied. "The flame that gives life meaning." Elias knelt before it. "I've traveled the world seeking the meaning of life. I've asked everyone I could find, but no one has given me an answer that feels true. Can you tell me what it is?" "The real meaning." The flame flickered softly, casting long shadows across the desert sands. "The meaning of life is not a single answer, wanderer. It is something to be discovered, but not found in words or concepts. It is something to be lived." Elias was confused. "I don't understand. You speak in riddles." The flame's light wavered, and Elias could sense that it was trying to show him something deeper. "You've been searching for a destination," the flame said. "But life is not about reaching a final answer. It is about the journey itself. It is about what you create, what you give, and what you experience along the way." Elias sat back, his mind swirling. But if life has no single meaning, then why search for it at all? The flame's voice grew softer, more tender. "The search itself is the meaning. It is in the questions you ask, the people you meet, the love you give, and the lessons you learn. Life's meaning is found in the act of living, of choosing to embrace the journey, even when you do not know where it leads." Elias looked out at the endless expanse of sand stretching out before him. It felt as though the flame's words had unraveled something deep within him. He realized that he had spent so much time searching for an answer, thinking that meaning was something that could be found or understood in a single moment. But the truth was different. Meaning was in the living itself. "I understand now," Elias whispered. "It's not about finding the meaning. It's about creating it." The flame flickered brightly, its warmth spreading through his body like a wave of peace. "Yes, the meaning of life is not an answer to be grasped, but a story to be written. Every action, every moment, every connection you make adds to that story. It is yours to create, just as this flame is mine to tend." Elias sat there, feeling the weight of the revelation settle into his soul. For the first time in years, he felt a quiet peace. He didn't need to search anymore. He didn't need to find the meaning because he could now see that it was something he could create through every choice he made. With a deep breath, Elias stood and turned away from the flame. The desert stretched before him, a vast open canvas. He knew that the path ahead would not always be clear, but it didn't matter. The journey itself was the meaning, and he would walk it with purpose. As he began his walk into the night, the flame behind him flickered one last time before it vanished, as if to say, "Live, and you will understand." And so Elias walked on, no longer a wanderer in search of answers, but a traveler embracing the story of his own life.